Hello and welcome. I'm Parul Sharma and you're watching Zoom TV. Today's guests are the actor-director duo Rajkumar Rao and Sailesh Kolanu. Hi guys, welcome to the show.
Hi Parul, thank you.
So Raj, since this is the first time that we are chatting since you got married, firstly, big congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
Secondly, the follow-up question must be, how is married life treating you?
It's going great. It's going as beautiful as it was before the wedding.
What's a disclaimer that should come for Shadi, in your opinion?
Disclaimer.
Can be good or bad.
No, I had a lot of fun. Sailesh was there, I think, and I really thoroughly enjoyed my wedding. I think I was the happiest. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with it.
Was he happy?
He was a very happy man. Of course, he was a very happy
Yeah,
man.
your videos and all were oof. Touch wood, touch wood.
Thank you, Parul.
Sailesh, coming to the captain of the ship,
Yes.
please tell me, what was it that made you sort of land on Raj and Sanya as the lead pairing of this movie of yours?
See, basically, I was in lookout for an actor who can communicate without talking much. I think that Raj has that innate ability to do that.
Absolutely.
I know he doesn't like to hear somebody praising him, but needless to say, he's one of the finest actors we have. So the character is such that he's carrying a baggage, and he has some emotional past, and it needed that kind of communication to be done, not in words, with just the way he looks, just the way he walks, and just him being what he is. So I think Raj, I felt that he's one of the very few actors in our country who can do that.
आँखों ही आँखों में बहुत बोल के चले जाते
I think
हैं.
he communicates a lot
bro.
without. He has that ability, I feel.
Yeah.
So Raj was the only choice that I had when we were thinking about whom to cast for Vikram. And of course, Sanya, I've been following her work for quite a long time. Anything she touches, I think she goes into the skin of the character so nicely. She brought in so much into this film, and I was very happy to work with both Raj and Sanya.
How would you rate their chemistry? Like, what was the rapport like for you as a director and then for you as an actor? What was the rap? Did you hit it off from day one? How did that sort of go about?
These two were like, the energy levels used to be crazy.
old
right
friends
from
meeting
day one,
again.
I guess.
Fast friends.
Yeah. It took some time for me to get used to these two because they, like.
Oh, did you feel like an outsider a little bit? Like,
I
third
think the
wheeling?
first 1 or 2 days, I was feeling that way. But then I understood the energy levels, and then we started getting along really well. Both of them are there. The set is crazy.
Raj, what about you? Equation with Sanya.
See, on screen, of course, she's a fab actor, and she brings in so much to the character when she performs that. So on screen it was great because it's great to have a good co-actor with you because it makes your job easy and makes you look better on screen. Off screen, she's so much fun.
She really is.
She's a wild girl and very real, very grounded. So I think I like such people who are real and not taking themselves seriously.
I think both of you are very similar that way. Very relatable, very humble. Like, it really comes through. I want to ask both of you. So Hit is, of course, a remake of the Telugu movie of the same name, which also did really, really well. As an actor and then as a director, what would you guys say are the pressure points of adapting it for a Hindi-speaking audience? Like, what are the things that really kind of got you and what are the things that flowed really easily?
Well, he is the one who directed the Telugu one as well. So I think you should answer it first. Why did you want to make it in Hindi?
See, I'll be honest, okay? So as many people may not know it, I only wrote the Telugu version, I only directed the Telugu version as well. Basically, I feel that we all felt it's not one of those remakes that was mounted sitting here in Bombay. Somebody thought ki, let's remake this film. Let's cash in on a film. It didn't come from that space, to be honest. It was me when I made the film, and Dilraju sir, who was one of the biggest distributors for the original version. We all came together and thought that this is a subject that we feel should be told to a wider audience. And I feel for any artist, the biggest greed is not money, not fame. I think it's the amount of people that you can reach out with your work.
Sure.
Of course, in today's world where you have subtitles and dubbed versions and all that, but still I feel that the soul of the film that I want to communicate to my audience, I think it will come through only if I recreate it and I tweak it to the sensibilities of the crowd who are watching it. So that was needed because I felt that I wanted that film, I wanted Hit to be experienced the way it was experienced by the Telugu people.
Right.
In a theatre.
Made for them, like tailored to them.
Made for them, catered to them. That's the space it came from. And also the other thing is quite a lot of changes that I made in the story. It's not exactly the same screenplay as the Telugu. I made it much better, much more racier. The beats are different, the plot points are a little different as well. So retaining the soul, I would call it more of a recreation than a remake.
Right.
I feel, because in very rare scenarios you get the whole technical team coming and doing the film again.
Right.
So it's just not me. The cinematographer is also the one who did the original Manikandan sir, and the editor of the film is also the one who did the original. It's Gary.
That would make it so rich, like making the adaptation would be so rich to have the
Exactly.
same people. 'Cause
Exactly.
that vision is shared, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what happened with this project, and I feel that I don't remember any other project in the recent past with which this happened. Okay, the whole technical team had come and
right.
recreated it. So I would. That's why I keep saying that let's call it a recreation than a remake. Yeah.
Right. But what were like the tough parts? Because I'm sure there were some challenging things, right, to sort of adapt
I
it
think
into.
the toughest part for me was to forget what I made in Telugu.
Sure.
Because even though I'm recreating the same piece, I wanted it to feel different. I wanted to bring something else, you know, in terms of it could be as simple as where we set up the story. It could be as simple as how we are perceiving a character. There are a lot of things that I wanted to treat it as if it's another debut for me.
Right.
You know, it's another first time film for me. So I treated it like that. So the most difficult part for me was to unlearn or forget what I
What
made,
you've done already.
what I had made earlier.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't. One conscious exercise that I did was, I think after the movie got mounted for about a year, I never watched even one frame of HIT in Telugu because I wanted to forget it. I don't know how much that helped, but I tried to do that.
I'm sure it did. What about you,
Yeah.
Raj? What were your pressure points? Like, did you think about the fact that it's already such a hit?
No, not at all.
pun
Not at all. There were no
intended.
pressure points at all.
Yeah.
For me, I also treated it like a fresh story. I saw the original one long back, and then it took us almost around a year or so to start
Almost,
shooting
yeah,
for this one. So I just saw it once, and then of course I forgot about it because I was genuinely impressed with it. That's the reason, you know, we met and we started talking, and then he told me his take on the Hindi language one, which was different from the Telugu version. And for me, I just saw like there's so much in there for me as an actor to perform. You know, I didn't do anything like this before. It's very much different from whatever I've done till date. I played cops earlier, but this cop is very, very different. The story was very gripping, very fast paced. I was totally glued to the screen. So that's the reason I said yes. And of course, then we also got connected very well.
Yeah.
You know, we were on the same wavelength. The stories that we want to tell and the way we want to tell them is pretty similar.
तो मतलब कोई stress नहीं था basically.
No, there was no stress.
Chill.
Yeah.
Raj, I want to ask you, how attached are you to the post-release outcomes of your movies in the terms of, I would say, reading reviews and then box office collections? Like, are you the kind of person who's checking the reviews the next day and
Not
asking
anymore.
your team?
No, not anymore. There are very few people who I follow and
Right.
I read their reviews, and very, very few. But no, I've stopped reading each and every review. I used to do that, not anymore. Because also, I think you also grow as an artist. You know,
Right.
you also there's a better knowledge of cinema. So you also know the kind of film you made, and if it's whether it has worked or not, whether it's a good film or a bad film. Everybody can have their point of view, but for you, it's very important for you to know whether you're part of something good or
Sure.
it was a misfire. So I do that. Of course, first you judge your own work. You know what is happening on screen. So I've stopped bothering about that. About box office, we all want our films to be watched by
Yeah.
the audience. I won't say I'm not at all worried about it, but that's not my priority. My priority is to get the respect first.
Sure.
And then, of course, when people watch it, that's great as well.
I mean, I ask this because, you know, in the last couple of months that movies have been coming out, I would say with the exception of like Bhool Bhulaiya 2, most of the Bollywood movies haven't really done that well at the box office for whatever reasons. And I'm sure as an industry, it is scary in this moment in time to sort of have that happen. So has that fear ever crept into either of your team or, you know, for you guys for the projects that you're now doing? That like, what if it doesn't set the registers ringing or, you know, all of that?
No, I don't take that pressure. I'm sure the producers must be thinking about that. That is something
Yeah.
which is beyond our control. So there's no point thinking about it. You can make a film. What's in our control is to make the film with utmost sincerity.
Sure.
And we have done that with Hit, and I've done that with my other films as well, which would be releasing now. Apart from that, you can't really do anything about anything. So it's better to just focus on what you can do and make it better and
Yeah.
give it all you have and then leave it to the audience.
What about you? I think this is also more apt for you because you're one of the makers. So what is that like? Does that fear ever creep in? Ki,
I think being a very, like I'm just in this industry for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I come from some other background. I've never been in films. For me to reach where Raj is right now, I think it'll take some more time.
to be as chill about it.
Yeah, to be as chill about it. I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do read reviews, and it you know, मेरा एक ही फिल्म का रिलीज हुआ है अभी तक मेरा, तो उसमें it did shake me when somebody writes something wrong. I do feel bad, but I think in the last 2 years of developing scripts and working more, I'm learning how to not take it
to your heart.
Yeah, to my heart. One thing is I'm learning how to be more process oriented than result oriented. I think I'll take some more time, I guess. I'm too young a filmmaker to be in that.
Fair enough, yeah, fair enough. You've already announced that you guys are doing a sequel to this, huh? Hit Part 2 is happening. Some deets on that, please give the juice.
Yeah, of course. I think it's a great story, and we must continue this. This character.
There's one in
and the
Telugu as
journey
well,
of this.
right?
There's one in Telugu as well, but this one would be different. It's going to be a different story altogether. Because I think in Telugu, the process that he's following is that he's taking different actors for different cases.
Sure.
Here, what his plan is to, follow Vikram Jaising, which is my character, and then to put him in different cases.
I read that you're trying to make a cop universe out of this. Can you give me a little bit background on that?
So just following it up on what Raj Bhai just said. So yeah, down south I want to keep the roadmap different, and up here I want to keep the roadmap different for the franchises. But all this will happen in the same universe. So there is it opens up an endless possibility of bringing these officers later on together.
Yeah.
To solve cases, and it would be much more interesting to see as we keep adding more and more additions to this universe. You have an endless possibility of bringing actors together and making them solve cases.
Some Avenger-like universe is coming from Salesh soon.
Maybe not that big budgeted, but yeah.
Fair. Okay, we're going to play a fun game because you guys are, the universe is cop universe, and the idea is to find people who are guilty. We're going to play the guilty game. I will ask you some questions. You tell me who you think is guilty of that particular thing in both of your respective industries. Please give me answers, names of people from Tollywood as well. We'd love to have a better insight into them, okay? Why also, huh? Guilty of being too disciplined.
Apart from me?
Yeah, apart from me. I think you'll be apart from me.
In a good way, of course. Being disciplined is never a bad thing.
It's a great thing.
Yeah. I think Akshay sir is very disciplined, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard from other people saying कि सुबह 6 बजे पहुंच गए आज इंटरव्यू में because Akshay sir को आना है.
Yes. He comes 1 hour before and you're like, oh, hi.
So from the south, if I have to name a person who is so disciplined, I would say Nani. I've heard, he's on time every single day, irrespective of what's happening in his life or what's happening everywhere else. So yeah, I think I heard that a lot, and I had the opportunity to work with him for a day. So I saw that on that day as well.
Oh, nice.
So he's very disciplined on the set.
I don't think you get to where you are unless you aren't disciplined.
Correct.
You don't reach that sort of stature. Guilty of being too good looking. Apart from you.
It's easy, Hrithik Roshan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. For us, good looks is it's synonymous with Mahesh Babu sir.
Yeah.
I guess that's like a benchmark of good looks is Mahesh Babu
Good
sir.
looks, good looks, good looks. Guilty of setting the box office on fire. And tell me why you think so.
I would say Hrithik Roshan again.
Guilty of setting the box office on fire. Emerging pattern of favoriteness is coming out.
Oh, he's great. I think the way he looks, and you see him war, you see him in Super 30, two different people, and one is like this Greek god, and one is this character, character driven. So I think
Yeah, full package.
I'll give you 2 names.
Please do.
I think Junior NTR and Allu Arjun, both of them set the box office on fire. It's it's a
100%.
phenomenon when their movie releases. It's unbelievable when you go for a first day first show at a single screen. It's like madness. I experienced it as well. I'm there, and
They do say that fans in Tollywood are next level. They're so true to the people that they are fans of, that it's very interesting to see that. I've had the pleasure of being at a few events of those movies, and it's
you should
absolutely
go to
incredible.
a first day first show. There is this place called RTC Crossroads, and there are single screens there. If you want to experience the kind of love that the Telugu audience give their
I think the loyalty is great
great.
of the fans
It
towards
really
their
is, no
stars.
matter what they do, right? Even if it's good, even if it doesn't do well or whatever, it does really, they really...
Once they like someone, no matter what, they'll go and watch them.
No, I kind of what you said. If it doesn't do well,
That doesn't happen.
then nobody will be there.
Right.
It's always doing well.
Yeah.
They don't let it do badly only.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Guilty of being a party animal.
Party animal?
Yeah, dancing, last person on the dance floor types.
That would be me only, actually.
Really?
Not party animal, but if you say dancing, I love dancing with my friends.
I think I have to see this for myself. Guilty of being an extremely talented actor. You cannot say, Raj, because that is a given.
Thank you.
Got your back.
Thank you.
You also can't say Hrithik
Dhanush.
anymore.
Dhanush.
Give
Because
some-
he's extremely talented. I've seen so many of his films. Fahad Fazil, of course, Manoj sir, everybody is there that and we know
Yeah.
about them. Irfan sir, of course, unfortunately we lost him, but I think Irfan sir was the most talented actor.
100%, yeah.
But yeah, so many of them.
For me, the definition of great acting is Kamal Hassan sir. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
Kamal sir.
yeah, I'm in filmmaking today because of him. Like he's my inspiration to be a filmmaker.
Really?
Yeah,
Tip,
yeah.
tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I grew up watching his films. There's this film called Hey Ram.
Yeah.
When I started studying films, like until then it was just like oh yeah, let's watch films. But then once Hey Ram, I watched Hey Ram when I was a kid. Like I started feeling why does this film feel different?
Yeah.
Then I started understanding that there is a process called production design. There's a process called sync sound. So many things that I started learning
Sure.
the craft of filmmaking. I think from Hey Ram
Yeah.
onwards.
That's lovely.
Thing that got me hooked was I was a kid, like I was probably like in my, I don't know, 8th or 9th standard, I guess. So I saw one of these interviews when Kamal sir was saying there was this scene when somebody was passing a coin onto somebody's hand and they actually got it made.
The coin?
The
that
coin,
era?
just because it was in the frame.
Oh, wow.
So then I understood that there's so much passion
Yeah.
and there's so much
Details,
process
yeah.
behind making a film. That's when I guess I started taking films seriously. Then ever since it was just like Kamal sir and
No looking back.
now looking back, yeah.
This one's for you. Guilty of being the best co-star.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
But pick one. Maximum 2. And why?
I want to pick more.
Pick one तो at start.
Bhumi, Sania, Shraddha, Janvi, Zishan,
पत्रा से एक प्यारा सा कॉल आने वाला है अभी.
Abhishek Banerjee, so many.
Next one is yours. Guilty of being a director's dream artist. Like who is your dream person to direct?
And I'm assuming that obviously I
He's
should
obviously not
take
counted, yeah,
Raj's
because
name.
you have directed him already. So
But again, I think my answer would be the same. My
Kamal
dream is
sir.
to direct
Kamal
Kamal sir at one point in time in my life. If I can be that qualified a filmmaker one day, yeah.
here's
You
hoping.
are.
Yeah, here's hoping that you get that. And lastly, guilty of being the best on-screen pairing. You can't name yourself.
Of course.
Feel like I need to keep telling you.
I think yeah, we all have grown. Like I've grown up watching Shah Rukh and Kajol. So
Yeah.
For me, Shah Rukh sir and Kajol ma'am.
That's the ultimate.
Yeah.
You have 3 seconds.
I feel Mahesh sir and Trisha. I'm a huge fan of Trisha as well.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure and good luck for everything
Thank
ahead.
you,
Thank
Parul.
you,
This
thank you,
soon.
Parul. Thanks a lot.
रोज सुबह 8 से 12 बजे जूम देखो प्राइस जीतो